Good day, ma'am. I am Michelle M. Limbang from BSc English 2A. So today, I am going to present my practical exam. My title is all about the effects and correlation of teaching mother tongue and English language. So, the new curriculum of DepEd, which is K-12 curriculum, decided to introduce a subject that can accommodate to different dialect, which is mother tongue. Mother tongue has been a big help to primary students because this can let them communicate comfortably and answer naturally using their own dialect. In connection to English language, teaching mother tongue includes technique called grammar translation, wherein the teacher will teach in Chabacano and then later on it will be translated to English. Through this, the children will learn a new language. Translation method means teaching a target language. So here it is English by translating it into mother tongue. The teacher translates each word and sentence into the mother tongue. This is one of the simplest way of teaching a foreign language. Neither the teacher nor the taught have to make extra efforts to learn the target language. Grammar translation method provides students to translate sentences directly for practicing translation and learning the application of tenses at once. Mother tongue use rich vocabulary, putting the word together are inseparable to reach successful learning goal. The mother tongue as a crucial factor in scaffolding students to understand the material given in grammar lessons. Meanwhile, they also need a rich vocabulary and the strategy on how to put words together in the order they could achieve their learning targets. It was implemented or it was embodied in the Department Order number 74 series of 2009. Its significance is articulated in Republic Act 10532, otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. So, in the K-12 curriculum, the elementary grades will focus on the core learning areas, namely languages, mathematics, science, and social studies. One of the features of the K-12 curriculum is the use of 8 major Philippine languages to teach kindergarten to grade 3 students. The Department of Education of the Philippines adopted the mother tongue-based multilingual education. Programs when results of pilot tests shows that students learn better when language used at home is also used in the classroom. The establishment of multilingual education support system is necessary to ensure the effectiveness of the use of mother tongue as medium of instruction. Mother tongue-based multilingual education is the government's banner program for education as a salient part of the implementation of K-12 basic education program. The impact of mother tongue on second language can be observed from mere pronunciation to even grammar and vocabulary of the language. Error in pronunciation may be due to transfer from the native language, and lack of accuracy and language skills is also the result of the native language. The learners who are vast in their mother tongues before coming to the school system are compelled to learn English because of roles it would play in their lives. The resultant effect of this is that some students seems to be deficient in oral communication when it comes to the issue of speech work in English language. Roles of mother tongue in English language Learning incomplete first language skills often make learning other languages difficult. Emphasizes the level of development of children's mother tongue is a strong predictor of their second language development. When the mother tongue is promoted, the concepts and literacy skills can transfer to the second language. Further, in a high correlation between learning to read in mother tongue and subsequent reading achievement in the second language has been found. In short, supporting development of mother tongue enhances the development of the second language learning. Most learners apply knowledge from their native language or mother tongue to the second language, and this transfer can result in both positive and negative transfer. Positive transfer occurs when the meaning of items that are transferred is in line with the native speaker's notion of acceptability. Negative transfer occurs when the opposite happens, resulting in errors. Negative transfers happens at a greater scale and when the difference between two languages is big. The similarities in word meanings and word forms affect how quickly a learner can acquire foreign language. The use of the first language provides individuals with a sense of security that enables them to learn with ease and in comfort. Mother tongue serves social and cognitive functions in that who work in groups will discuss their native languages. This allows them to relate and have a sense of identity. So here is the strengths of my topic. So teaching of mother tongue revealed advantages in teaching as learners were able to express their thoughts and ideas, resulting to high participation in class discussions. Learners become independent in their choice of expression and the use of mother tongue facilities in explaining the meaning of some English words. Learning another language should add richness to students' lives. It should not review their own language and culture. By allowing first language or mother tongue use, students would get the sense that learning another language is a positive experience. They can have an access to a valuable resource that supports them, and they do not have to feel guilty for doing what comes naturally. Department of Education administrators, the outcome of this study will help them to promote and strengthen their implementation regarding the use of mother tongue language that will affect the learner's language proficiency. This study will help them to decide whether if they are going to remain or discontinue the program. Teachers, the outcome of this study will help the actions of all the teachers on how to address the students upon using mother tongue language and enhancing their language proficiency. Parents, the outcome of this study could be an opportunity to the parents to guide their children to improve their language proficiency. And for students, the result of this study will help to improve the language proficiency of the students' future researchers. The result of this study will serve as a reference that will benefit the future researchers who aim to conduct a research similar to the study. The weakness or disadvantages of using mother tongue in English classes may have some disadvantages, such as a teacher, it is important that the extreme use of the mother tongue should be avoided. Using mother tongue in foreign language, teaching cannot be seen an easy way to achievement in the target language. So the first is, unless it has been translated into their native language, teachers or students feel that the language item will not be understood. Second, the teacher or the students fail to observe Distinctions between equivalence of forms, semantic equivalence. Translation could lead to the development of an excessive dependency on the student's mother tongue by both teachers and students. Consequently, students lose confidence in their ability to communicate in English. They may feel that the only way they would understand anything the teacher says is when it has been translated, or they use their mother tongue even when they are perfectly capable of expressing same idea in English. It is often believed that usage of mother tongue may negatively affect pupils' English language proficiency because of influence of mother tongue to the English language proficiency of the pupils. In the language learning, the mother tongue has a negative or positive effect to the target language. Through analysis, one can find out how negative transfer of mother tongue affect the learning of foreign language, and why negative transfer leads to error in the process of language learning. Before explaining how the negative transfer of mother tongue affects English writing, the literature review about language transfer should be presented. Negative transfer refers to the inference of mother tongue. Sometimes mother tongue cannot promote to learn a foreign language. To some extent of even embed the learner to master some new language knowledge. This transfer is named negative transfer. So, negative transfer occurs when the learning task of the two languages is relative but different. The learner of foreign language uses the expression and understanding way of mother tongue to replace the way of foreign language. The reason is that the form and the regular system of the mother tongue and the target language are different, but as regarded as same by the learner, the interference of mother tongue is common in the second language acquisition. Negative transfer occurs in many ways of language. Analysis the negative transfer of mother tongue in English. First is translation of word for word convey the wrong meaning. So many students translate according to the literal meaning in the writing. Let every word correspondent between English and Chabacano or our mother tongue, which lead to mistakes. Second is negative transfer in lexical collocation. Some words in English and in Chabacano, although the conceptual meaning and the connotative meaning are same, due to the different culture and habits, the collocation is different. Last is negative transfer of singular and plural forms. So, there are no concepts in singular and plural in Chabacano verb and no suffix follow the noun. But in English, both of them exist, which makes the Chabacano students forget it. In the English writing, it seems that the mistake is small, but it makes the composition incoherent and the quality reduced. The connection between English and Filipino language. Filipino English and American English are often compared due to the similarities in pronunciation and spelling. Due to this influence, the Filipino English accent is almost the same as the American English accent, except the fact that it's a little strong compared to the latter. These are but some of the funny terms you can hear in American English because they are originally found in Filipino English. These terms truly represent how quirky and creative Filipinos are. The chance of hearing this term is unavoidable, yes, because Filipino can understand and speak English, but some of them are scared and have a hard time expressing themselves in fluent English. It is a term used in self-deprecating humor and means that Filipino can keep up with the other person's English or has difficulty understanding his accent. It is their way in indirectly telling you that they no longer understand what you are talking about. Advantages. This study explored the impact of English as a global language in Filipino language practices. The result shows that Filipino has been suppressed, degraded, and deprived by English, which was once a colonial language and is now a global force. The disadvantages. It may be mistakenly or misuse the proper English language here in the Philippines. Language barriers are significant because they are often an impediment to building relationships with others. They can cause misunderstandings that lead to conflict, frustrations, offense, violence, hurt feelings, and wasting time, effort, money, and lives of the other people.